Hi traders, thanks for stopping by thetradinganalyst.com. This is Taylor and we're going to take a look at a bunch of charts here and I'm going to give my analysis and my thought process, and you're going to walk away from this video with some newfound knowledge on technical analysis as well as hopefully some profitable trade ideas based off of this free analysis video. But first, if you're not already a member at thetradinganalyst.com, go ahead and give us a visit on the homepage of the website and get to know us a little bit better. If you like these free videos and analysis that we give to you on a daily basis, it's really nothing in comparison to the membership you get once you sign up at thetradinganalyst.com. Once you sign up with that premium membership, you're going to gain instant access to the profitable trade alerts that our current members are getting and loving on a daily and weekly basis. It's a great opportunity and we'd love to help you with your trading. Alright, so let's take a look at the first chart here. We're starting off with Twitter. Now I want to point out this was a huge gap down on earnings. Alright, so when you get a big gap down on earnings on heavy volume, this is what moves stocks. Earnings. Okay, so big gap down, big volume right here. Now we're coming up to retest that level, which is that previous high right here. So let's see if it can break over that. If it can break over this high, I think we can come up here and fill this gap. But right here, I think is a low risk short opportunity. So we can short here, 1750, and target this gap fill down there. If it breaks much higher than about 1775, then that's not going to be a really good short any longer. Okay? If it does end up holding over 1775, that's a long. So really we're at a very key level here on Twitter. So keep that in mind, 1750 for Twitter. All right, next one we're going to take a look at is GoPro. And GoPro, let's go back all the way to the beginning of 2017. And you can see this is a rejection point right here, just below $11. You can see right here, about a month ago, we saw a rejection right here at that same point. And then look at where we got rejected right here on this big gap up. All right, so big gap up and this big reversal candle as well. So definitely a level that you want to be paying attention to on GoPro. So as far as where is it going to head, well, we've got some strong action coming into it, holding the second day right here. So I do think that we can retest those levels above us, and I do think that's a low risk short near about $11. So if we do see that pop in GoPro, just kind of like how we did over here, you can see the first day right here had a little bit of a rejection look, but then we ended up getting green 1 day, 2 day, and then getting rejected at this same level, about $11, just below $11 is a huge, huge level. So definitely be paying attention to that level. Got a gap down here that may want to fill. If we break over $11, man, that's going to be a big breakout here for GoPro. So you've got a lot of options here. This $11 price point is very, very important for GoPro. Don't want to miss it. All right, so the next one we're going to take a look at is Tesla. And Tesla here, going to go back to March of this year. And you can see we started this uptrend line right here, got a bounce there, here's a bounce, here's a bounce, and then look at this recent action, bounce off of it, bounce off of it. Here we are holding against this level right here. So this is a very, very key trend line that needs to hold for Tesla. On the other end, we've got a downtrend line right here that if we break over that, we can see a breakout. To me, this looks like we're about to break down. Okay, if we get a gap below about 338, let's call it 338. If we get a gap below 338, to me that's a short signal, and I think we'll be headed down to anywhere from about 315 all the way down to about 300 would be that near-term target for me on Tesla. So another thing is we're not only squeezing in between these two trend lines, but we've got this little box right here. We've got the 50-day moving average right here that, as you notice, it's the red line right here. The 50-day moving average is that red line. It is trending down. So when you get that trending down 50-day moving average, you also have the RSI trending down as well, currently below the 50 mark. We've got MACD currently below the signal line, trending down. Usually when you have these two cases, 50-day moving average trending down, MACD trending down, RSI trending down, and it's squeezing between two levels, most of the time that sees lower prices. So again, personally, I'm not shorting it right here. I want to wait for that break below 338. If we get that 338 crack, then that's going to be a good shorting opportunity, and it'll come down to test that 304 to 315 level. Next one we're going to take a look at is one that I've been watching, and it is Netflix. So Netflix, as we mentioned here previously, this pattern right here is an island reversal pattern. So what makes it an island reversal pattern? Well, we've got this gap up right here, big gap up, and you can see traded sideways for a little bit, and then this big gap down right there. So this, to me, island reversal pattern here, and then this move up right here was just a gap fill. Gap fill, retest into that resistance, and as you can see, clearly getting a rejection and a reaction here. As you can see, we've got this doji right here, followed by this reversal candle right here. So to me, that rejection is confirmed. I do think we're going to see a little bit lower prices here on Netflix. We got support still here, big support down here at about 166. And if you back it up here on Netflix, we've got an uptrend here that started in the summer of 2016. You can see it started here, got a bounce here, got a bounce here, got a bounce right here off of that. You can see it's really, really respecting this uptrend line. And guess where that matches up with? Right around that 166 support. So definitely a key level here. I think it's a buyable dip. Again, I do think we're going to see lower prices here in the short term. But if we do head down to about 166 to 160, down to this support as well as this trend line, to me that's a buyable area that you definitely want to be keeping an eye on for Netflix. Next one we're going to take a look at is Amazon. Amazon, I've been calling for lower prices here for Amazon, and what I mean by lower prices here is overall. I don't think we're going to necessarily head lower tomorrow or the next day, but I'm talking about a bigger move here, just because we had a lot of volume coming out of this stock here, and we saw lower prices confirming those bearish volumes. So we've got this big gap down here on earnings. The previous day had some heavy volume as well right there selling. The next day, huge volume. Following day, huge volume. You can see this day, huge volume on a red candle. Right here and right here, huge volume on some red days as well. So we haven't really seen any big green volume days right here. All right, doesn't mean we can't head higher here in the short term. I do think that it's possible. I don't have as good of a read on the short term levels on Amazon, even though right here we got long right here and took some profits against this 982 resistance. We made about 300% on some Amazon call options right there. So, even though I have this longer term view that Amazon is going to head lower, it doesn't mean we can't play some long side calls in the meantime. And we got this really nice long signal against some support, and we gapped up here. That was the play. It was a short term play. It was about, we took the following week's calls, and we took that runner. It was a very, very nice trade right there. So, but in the meantime, you can see that MACD is above the signal line. RSI is holding above the 50 level right here, but we're still below the resistance right here. If we clear 982, that next target is going to be right around, let's call it about 1015. 1015 is going to be that target. And if we do head higher, that is going to be a really nice shorting area against 1015. So keep that in level. keep that level in mind. If we do head higher, that's a nice short zone. The next one we're going to take a look at is Apple. And Apple here, what I want you to focus on is a couple of things. Okay, number one, we had a breakout here over this resistance level. So here's resistance, there's resistance, here it is again, and then we broke over that right here, and then look at how we broke back under it right here, and we did so with some pretty decent volume as well. So I do think that Apple here is going to be headed lower in the short term. We also broke this little mini uptrend line, started here. You can see it definitely reacted to it there, and we broke it here on Friday. All right. So if we do head higher, I do think that it's going to be a better risk reward for a short, maybe against all these lows. You can see 1, 2, 3, all around that 160.50 level, and that'd be a retest of that broken trend line as well. So I do think that's a good shorting area, and I think we'll come down and retest that 50-day moving average, which is the red line right here at about 155 is where it's at right now. And look at where it's matching up perfectly with is this big time support. See, we got a bounce there, here, and you can see it was previous resistance there, right here, all the way over here for about a month and a half straight. This was resistance. So this is a simple case of resistance turning into support, and that matches up perfectly with that 50-day moving average. So thank you for stopping by and watching the video, everyone. Again, if you're not already a member at thetradinganalyst.com, sign up today and get instant access to the profitable trade alerts that our current members are getting on a daily and weekly basis. If you want to improve your trading and learn how to do so, this is the place for you. It's a great opportunity, and we'd love to help you with your trading.